Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and in this one I wanted to share the best advices I have for you that can help you to future-proof your account. Since we only have 10 days left before 9-year anniversary starts, many players will wonder in which direction should they take their account next, like should they buy this uniform, which character to build next, should they get a deluxe pack in Epic Quest, which CTPs to equip on some characters, and similar questions. And as a person who played this game for a few years now, and as someone who understands how this game works, at least I think I do, I want to help you to take your account into best direction possible with using the least amount of resources possible, be that crystals or real money. All you have to do is comment down below with your code name or IGN and ask your question, and the more information you give me, the more likely is that I will be able to help you. Since I have less than 100 subscribers in my channel, I do not know if I'll be able to get many people to comment below with questions, but the positive thing is those who comment will get their account reviewed and their questions answered in the follow-up video, especially if you're a subscriber, because I want to give back to the people who are helping me grow my channel. The sooner I get people with questions about their account, the faster the follow-up video will be published. With that being said, we're returning on general tips on how to future-proof your account. So future-proofing means that you're building your account in such way that whenever a new piece of content drops, you're able to play it and you do not fall behind. To do this, you need to focus on few things and minimize your mistakes when building characters or buying uniforms. I don't know if you can get the hint here. And you need to focus on few things. So the first thing that you need to do, and the thing that will give your account most power, is to focus on building your comic card set. It has to be all 5 premium cards so that you can craft them and get additional peers. And this is the most important thing you can do for your account. It's more important than getting CTPs, it's more important than getting artifacts, and it's even more important than buying uniforms for your characters. Almost. Does that mean that you should gamble away all your crystals in premium card chests in store? No, but you should be focusing on gaining as much free premium cards that you can. For example, every month or month and a half there is this token event which always has premium card chest. It gives you a random pop-ups. It gives you a random premium card. Here you should always be going for this until you have at least 19% peers. But my personal advice is that you should be buying this as long as you do not get optimal premium card sets. It will take you months, even years, to get good premium card stats and 25% peers, especially if you're unlucky. Using this method, and as you can see, I've been playing for a few years now, and while my comic card stats are not bad, they're not great. Generally, you want to focus on getting as much attack as possible. Ideally, you want this all basic attacks increase to be over 100%. You want as much as max HP as possible, and as much all basic defense increase as possible, with cooldown duration and ignore defense being at over 35%, with the rest of the stats being balanced, as little resistances as possible. The set I'm currently using is a balanced hybrid set that focuses on PvE and PvP. And as you can see, my the cards are not fully crafted yet, even though I did over 50 or 60 rerolls. Every single premium card I had, I used to reroll these cards. And when you're rerolling cards, first you want to focus on getting at least 3 blue stars on every single card before you focus on getting 6 blue stars on each card. And the reason is getting 3 blue stars is much easier. It will take you much less resources than going for 6 stars, especially if you're looking previous stats like blue star all basic attacks or blue star max HP. So after you get the 3 blue stars on every single of the card, you should be then focusing card by card to get all 6 blue stars and getting as much premium stats as possible. My advice to you, when going for premium stats, you on the first star you want to get dodge or crowd control time, maybe recovery rate, and you want to ignore poison resist and cold resist. On the second star you always want to go for max HP. Maybe if you're primarily PvE player you can go for movement speed or energy defense, but max HP is much better. On the third star you want to get ignore defense to reach the cap of 35 or 36%, and after that you want to focus on either crowd control time or physical defense, ignoring lightning resists and fire resists. On the fourth star you ideally want all basic defenses increase because it really helps your characters in PvP. But if you're more PvE player, you can focus on critical damage or movement speed, ignoring fire resist and mind resist. On the fifth star, you want to reach 35% or 33% cooldown reduction, and then you should be focusing on attack speed to reach the cap and as much critical rate as possible, ignoring cold resist and poison resist. On the final star, ideally you want all basic attacks increase, blue, but if you get physical attack or energy attack, you can settle for that. The one final thing I want to say about premium comic cards is that you should also be focusing on playing GBR every single day and get all 10 premium card tokens, because once you get 600 of this, so it will take you 60 days, you can go to the store and buy a free premium card chest, which will give you a random premium card that you can maybe use to upgrade your premium cards or reroll the existing premium cards. You also get 300 tokens every month or month and a half through Future Pass, so you combining this with tokens from GBR nets you like premium card every 40 or 45 days. That compared to this event, the token event, which gives you premium cards for 650 tokens, gives you 2 premium cards every 45 days or so. Now, the second tip I want to give you is to optimize your energy spending. I see that most players are going for Dimension Mission and using most of their energy in this mode because they want to get all of these rewards. But most of these rewards are complete garbage. Only the first reward, maybe the second, are the good ones, because the 2 million gold is really a hefty sum. You get support tokens which you can later exchange for biometrics that you need for leveling your characters. The 1 to 6 star comic card chest is garbage. Then you get another 6,500 dimension tokens. This chest is garbage, which gives you 2 star to 6 star ISO 8. Another tokens, complete garbage chest, which gives you 2 star to 5 star custom gear chest. And then you have this clown chest, which has 0.00 something chest to give you one of these useless characters currently. Well, he's not that useless and she's needed for epic quest, but the chance of you getting this characters is not worth it compared to all the energy you're spending. So my advice to you is to only clear this so you can get 2 rewards, the 2 million gold and 6,500 tokens, and use the rest of the energy to play Dimension Rifts. Now, the reason I want you to play Dimension Rifts every single day is because you want to gain as much as Celestial Essence as possible and gamble that essence away to get the artifacts. you should be coordinating with your alliance to open at least 3. You open 1 and they open 2. Either legendary or mythical rifts, and play them at the highest level. So you farm as many of these as possible. Like, to give you an example of my account, I gambled away 5 days ago. I gambled away over 30,000 celestial essence, and if I go now to the advanced artifact chest, I already have almost 9,000 celestial essences in 5 days of farming mythical and legendary rifts. So instead of spending energy on dimension missions, focus on spending your energy on dimension rifts, farm the celestial assets and gamble it away to get the artifacts. Like, I do not have many artifacts, but as you can see, I have 6-star Adam Warlock version, I have 4-star Silver Surfer version. I got her artifact from the world boss, but here for Thanos I have his artifact in 5-star version, and as you can see, I have many 6-star artifacts that I got simply by gambling my celestial essence that I get from excuse me, that I get from playing Dimension Rifts every single day. So please, for the sake of your account, focus on playing as much Dimension Rifts as possible. Coordinate with your alliance, play it at least 2 or 3 times a day, mythic rifts or legendary rifts, and use the celestial essence you get from dismantling 1-star, 2-star and 3-star artifacts to gamble away and get these great artifacts for meta characters that will help your account and carry it a long way. Now the next tip I want to give you is, and it's not an easy tip to give because you need to understand where your account is and what do you really need for your account, but the tip I want to give you is how to decide what uniform to buy, because you need, whenever your new uniform is released, you need to ask yourself, what does this uniform provide for my account that I do not already have, and if I have it, how much better is the new uniform? Because I see people, myself included, when I first started playing this game, I was buying almost every single new uniform that was released for a character, and now I'm only focusing on uniforms for characters that can be used and in tier 4 content and be advanced to tier 4. Because as you can see, my account, if you do not count the tier 4 uniforms, most of my characters do not have uniforms unless they're leadership and supports. And even when supports in characters like She-Hulk, as you can see, she has amazing leadership, which increases basic damage to all allies dealt to male types by 55%, and if you spend like over 1000 crystals, she increases that leadership to 65%. So is it really worth it to pay over 1000 crystals to get that 10% damage increase? I really do not think so. Same goes for characters like Nick Fury. As you can see, his passive increases damage to supervillains by 50%, and his leadership increases all basic attacks by 50%. And if you spend over 1000 crystals on his latest uniform, those change to 60%, so 10% increase, and this changes to 55%, so 5% increase. So is it really worth it to spend that amount of crystals on? It's not this, but discounted this by 40 or 50% now in anniversary to get the 10% damage increase? I really don't think so. The more value you can get is buying uniforms for characters like Shuri, because her default uniform only gives her, like, let's see, so in uniform she gets 55% increased damage to supervillains, and in her default uniform she gets 35. So this is already a substantial difference, almost doubled, not really doubled, but like 30-40% increase. So it's worth it. Then there are characters who are not supports, but when you buy their uniform, they become amazing supports characters. Well, unfortunately, this is a seasonal uniform, I think. But when you buy her uniform, she gets this uniform bonus, I think. Yeah, it's uniform bonus, which gives her 20% increased damage and 40% increased damage dealt to boss types, applying to all supervillain allies. Same goes to Mysterio. He's no support at all, but when you buy his uniform, which unfortunately again is a seasonal, so I'm not giving the best examples here, but his uniform also gives him like on his passive, I think, or no, it's the uniform bonus again. Similar effect to Enchantress, so 30% increased all basic attacks and 40% increased damage to boss types, even better than Enchantress. So do not buy uniforms for damage dealers only. Focus on building 5 teams for world bosses, because this is your endgame content. You want to farm as many world bosses stages as possible and progress to unlocking Black Swan, because she gives best rewards out of all bosses, and only tier 4 characters can be used in her game mode. So you want to focus on getting 15, slowly getting 15 tier 4 characters, and while doing that you should be pushing the other World Boss Legend stages to the highest level possible, so you get more materials and more chances for premium cards and CTPs through the World Boss boxes, by getting the 5 optimal teams for pushing, so 5 damage dealers, 5 leaders and 5 supports. This way you will future-proof your account so that you can play every single new piece of PvE content that is released and that you do not fall behind. And the final tip, because this video is already going to be a long one, I want to say that you should not forget PvP game modes, and the reason is Timeline Battle. Well, I haven't played it much this week, but Timeline Battle is a great source of crystals. It gives you like 180 to 200 crystals if you can stay in Vibranium, which is really easy to do. And the Otherworld Battle gives you, it's the only thing apart from Game Shop which gives you access to the materials needed to craft your swords, which massively increase your basic attacks, your energy attacks, your defenses, your instinct damage, your pierce reduction, etc. So while I personally believe that your first focus should be on building your characters so that you can play modes like ABX, ABL, and more importantly World Boss Legend and World Boss Legend Plus at the end, you should not forget PvP. The best characters for PvP are unfortunately really expensive characters like Adam Warlock. You can only buy him in store for over 6,000 crystals, and then you need to buy his uniform, and then you need to give him a CTP, and you probably need his artifact in order for him to be maxed out. And characters like Jean Grey require you to purchase an X-Men deluxe pack and build all the other characters. So he's a deluxe pack character as well, not deluxe pack but Epic Quest character as well, but he is a free one. Unfortunately, you do need his artifact for him to perform best in PvP. But for starters, you can build characters like Silver Surfer, which you can get for free by beating Galactus GBR, and he can really carry you at least to Vibranium, so that you start getting those crystals every single week, 120, 140, and then you can slowly progress to 200 crystals. It adds up over time. So let's say you get 200 crystals for easy math every week, that's 800 crystals a month, so that's like 10,000 crystals a year for free by playing one game mode on auto. Like, or you can play manual when you have when you do not have much characters for PvP build. And then when you have Silver Surfer, you can maybe start finishing your epic quest. Do not buy deluxe packs. Then you get Wolverine. Maybe you get lucky to buy his artifact, or you can get it from the shop. Anniversary Bingo is a great way to get artifacts, but you do need at least like 20,000 crystals to get artifacts. After that, I really wouldn't suggest building any of the other PvP characters like Carnage or Ghost Rider maybe for PvP, but I would rather focus on maybe on building Thanos, not in this but in his other newest Thanos Wins uniform. That's so at the end you have a team like this. This is a team that will perform good in PvP and will carry you and get you crystals from the timeline battle and the materials you need to craft your swords to get more important stunts and build your account even more. So when you have this team for starters, with Silver Surfer being the first character you should build, then either Thanos or Wolverine, depending where your account is right now. Later you can add Jean Grey, or you can add Adam Warlock if you feel like spending your crystals. So by that time you'll have every single PvP meta that there is, and you won't have problems in PvP. But you should never ever, even if you're primarily PvE player, you should not neglect those modes, because timeline battle is a great source of crystals, and you need Otherworld battle for crafting your swords, which boosts your PvE and PvP performance. You can, if you're not Alliance Conquest player, you can ignore that mode. It can give you good rewards, but you need to be in a great alliance, and you need to be a great spender for you to stay competitive if you want to get those rewards. So I don't want this video to drag on any longer, because it's already a long one. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, and if you want help with your account, comment down below, subscribe to the video and to the channel, and in the follow-up video I will help every single one that left the comment below, or try, if there is any of you, to help take the account into new directions. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.